Hello and welcome to episode 246. I'm your host Jimster Gaming and I'm playing OTTD on a huge Europe map. So the plan for this week was to continue building in Poland, but I scrapped that plan because after the Sunday episode I was just leaving the game for a while. Well, after saving, of course. I left the game for a while just to see if stuff was working as they should, and well, I don't remember, had lunch or dinner or whatever. And then an hour later, I realized when I was back that everything was in a complete grind lock in both England and France. So I had to sort it out somehow. So that's the purpose of the next. There will be 3 episodes this week. So the purpose is to try to sort everything out. So what I've done, because I have this issue in Holyhead that we can just never keep up, and this one isn't happy. And the reason for it is that I can't add more trains because it's already absolute jam-packed, not here, but further north. So adding more trains just means that the very, very slow movement of trains in Scotland will just get even slower. So that's an issue. And so what I've done is I've added this piece of track here. So I connected it up here because we had these two coming, well, yeah, these going parallel and joining in here, which hasn't been an issue. Then we ended up in Motherwell where there was an issue because there were just all of these trains from the steel mill coming through here as well, and also the line from this side joining in, which was causing queuing. Then this junction that was causing a lot of queuing and backlogs. Then this junction here that was causing issues from time to time. And probably this one as well, I don't know. Don't remember having an issue with that one. Then we had Dundee, which was also difficult because we have even more trains coming in here that are coming from Edinburgh. And as you can see, there's a queue from Edinburgh and in. The queue actually starts already before Edinburgh. And then the very, very slow and painful piece here up to Aberdeen, because after Aberdeen you have this junction here. And there's a lot of trains that want to go in to the industrial area here, and there's only one piece of passing loop. So you will often end up with a train queuing up here. It can't get in because there's a train here. Because this one can't get in here because there's already a train inside the station. And that one can't get out because there is one here that wants to go in this direction, and it can't get out because there are trains coming all the time from the other direction. And then suddenly it frees up, and then this one can get in. The problem is the trains from the north will always have the chance to go, always have better chances to get in. And that will just clog things even worse. So this has been really bad. So I've watched this and it just never works. There's no way of fixing it really. So what I did was that I continued this new line that I put in. So it will just go parallel through Motherwell and then continue up through the Highlands. Is this the Highlands? No, this is the Lowlands, isn't it? These are the Highlands, right? Just straight over and comes in next to the aluminium plant. And that got everything to start moving. Well, it will anyway. It hasn't done that yet. The weird thing that happened was I had on this line, let me see, I have 20 vehicles. I had 23. So I changed on one of these because they're linked up. On one of these, I just replaced the waypoints with the correct ones. And that caused 3 of these trains that are no longer in the list. 3 of the trains completely lost it. They fell out of the group and they lost all their orders. So they had just a complete blank one. And those caused a lot of issues afterwards. So what happened then was that one of them got stuck here. So it can't get back because of this signal. It can't get forward because it wants to go in here where it's not electrified. And well, it can't get in here anyway because it's a signal in the wrong way, but whatever. And that happened after I had put this new thing on, the new line on, and that caused the most interesting backlog. Because the backlog starts here, it will back up behind it and continue all the way to somewhere northern Scotland there, but it also continues through Carlisle, the backlog, all the way over here, all the way down the East Coast Main Line, and all the way, let me see, where are we? Northampton, through Oxford, and then the South Coast Main Line all the way over to Bournemouth, and all the way up here to Bristol, which meant that basically every train in the UK ended up in a standstill because everything was just locked. So I scrapped those 3 trains anyway, sent them to closest first depot and had them scrapped. And after that it works, so that was at least a good way. Good win. What I need to do here though is that I have double checked this a couple of times and I ended up in a weird thing one of the times. That's here, because the passing loop here is only 7 tiles. And I had one coming from the turnaround and got stuck here with the last wagon out there because there's one train that is 8 size, which meant it was in the way for the train coming down here, which was also 8 size. So it's hanging over on this side. So they got completely locked. No, yeah, I think so. Yeah, whatever. This will have the same problem though, by the way. Do I want to redo it? No. Because the one here was stuck there, which is shorter. That's only 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 8 actually. So it couldn't scoot over, but it could continue there. So I'm assuming that it will work now. So hopefully it does. Anyway, so that was the UK fix that I put in place, and everything works much better. What's going to happen is that I'm going to empty this one. I'm going to get the production up here to 75-ish, because we have so much coming in, so it gets disturbed by that. And I'm going to end up with 3 trains usually in depot waiting for their turn. So that's interesting. That's how much I could free up. I can right now not keep up with 20. I could not keep up with 23 trains, and after fixing this I can do it with 17, so that's actually not too bad. Then we go to France. What happened in France was over here in Poitiers. So we had some trains coming from the south and going here, and those were farm supply trains, but there were also the coal or stone, don't remember which. And that had also a really silly effect. That could happen, and it did. So what happened was, I had a train in the station here. I had one standing here waiting to get into Poitiers to continue north, or turn around, I don't remember which, doesn't matter. I had one standing here waiting to get in to Poitiers pit, but couldn't because there was a train in the way that couldn't get out. And this one could never get out because there were 2 trains here that had turned around and wanted to go this way. So it just ended up in a complete lock situation. And then I realized that that would happen again. If I fix it, if it has happened once, it's likely to happen again, even though it might take a long time before it happens next time. So first I actually put in turnaround tracks on the side, but then realized it doesn't help really. Yeah, the funny thing was that this stop here caused France to break down, because all the way down here, all the way down here, all the way down here, all the way over here to Valence. No, sorry, Saint-Étienne, it was here, sorry. So from Limoges, all the way down here, this line here through Clermont-Ferrand, Saint-Étienne, Lyon, Macron, Dijon, Chaumont, and on, not through Paris, north, sorry, through Nancy, Luxembourg, over to Sedan, over to Lille, over to Le Havre, to Caen, that was Saint-Malo, sorry, through Caen, which is here, and all the way down to Poitiers. Ended up in a complete standstill, because nothing could move since there was a train in the block in front of it. The only piece, that wasn't gridlocked or totally was between Poitiers and the junction here, because nothing could move out because of these two trains here that were stuck because of the other stuff. So I did play around a little bit with it, but came to the conclusion that there was just no way of saving it. So instead I decided to do it a different way. So I added an extra line. So I constructed a line that starts here, connects here and here and here, and then goes through the area east to it, and comes into Amiens and Abbeville. And that meant that a third of the trains have been moved over here, and that has really eased the pressure on this line. It's still really crowded, but it's not a standstill, because previously this junction was really bad, because trains come in here. This is a longer loop, and because this one is a little bit slow to start with, because it has a junction here, with two things coming into it, a double junction here, another one here. So therefore there's a lot of things joining everywhere. So that means it was really slow, this piece here, and that's blocked this junction, meaning the trains going back and forth to Bretagne were stuck in queues all the way into Le Havre because they couldn't get through. And on the other direction, they ended up being stuck over here because they couldn't get through. So that was not so good either. So therefore I put this extra line on, and I have done some testing with it, and it seems to be working just fine. So that's the starting point. So that was the first 15 minutes of glory in this episode. So the problem we have then is this. We have a train that is just leaving Le Havre. So I put an extra line on to get down here. I have fixed that. I think I showed that already. But then I have the main line, which starts here. So just check here from Le Havre. We have, I don't know how many trains. This one is a problem as in itself, but that's a different story. And the queue just continues and continues and continues. And from the south they are coming in as well. It's really crowded down there because they can't get anywhere, right? There is a train in this one, I guess, as well. Right? Yeah. This one backs up down to Paris because they want to continue here through Lille. And I'm missing a signal there. I have fixed it once before when I was testing something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doesn't fix the problem, but it does ease the pain a little bit. And you see there's stuff coming in as well, joining in. So this one can't get in. It's fully loaded, I guess, with coal maybe. Yeah. Can't get anywhere because it's full. Same here, it just continues and continues. And you have a backlog here that goes up to Brussels. And again, it just continues and continues. And you have only one here because there aren't many trains on this. And this one is also a problem because these get the chance to go first. Because when a train goes out in this direction, these can still get into the station, but these cannot. And then it continues, the queue just continues into Luxembourg. Continues down here through this weird stuff happening here. Here it splits up, but there's almost no traffic going in that direction. This one is silly. It should have been 2 coming out and 1 turning instead of this way, because this way is not as good, but whatever. We don't have a queue going south here, but the queue here continues and continues, and here it has cleared up a little bit because it has started to clear up after the disaster I had before. It's still crowded. Some of them go this way that I showed a previous episode, and Dijon is still bad, but not as bad. And this is one of the issues we have here, because this one tends to get filled up as well. So anyway, so what we're going to do is to release the game, and I'm going to put it on high speed just to get things moving. So the thing is to try to get these to go through. So one of the things I'm doing is, oh, this one is going under, so that's fine, no worries. One of the things I do is to block these a little bit. Because otherwise this one would have got the chance to go first in. And I'm also going to, let's see, I need to have electric on to do this, because it means that they can get out at the same time as a train from this side gets over there. So it can wait a little bit, but it's going to start backing up after, well, behind, so therefore I just released it now. Because you see it's already starting to go all the way back to Nancy, and that wasn't really the plan with the exercise. But we got some of these out of the way, which means that it can start moving from this side, and then we have the Nancy side as well, which is actually worse, thinking about it. And I should have one of these here as well. It's not helping much, but if it helps a little bit, it's still good. The same there. As you can see now, this one got stuck because another train was going in this direction. So anyway, so this one is now moving. Both these lines are being used, these detour lines. There isn't much traffic on them. There's a little bit more on this, but on this one there's just like 5 trains or something. But those small changes actually did have an impact. It's still really slow here, but in Dijon, now it's only 1 in the station actually. 0 going south. But it is improving, so that's good. And let me see here. Oh, sorry, I missed that one. So I'm going to block this one now because there is less traffic here. So I'm just going to block it a little bit until this one has got into the station. There we go. Because we have a little bit of room to maneuver on here, just to get these stuff moving a little bit quicker through this station in Metz. And from the north they still get in, and in Luxembourg the bad one comes from this side, I believe, right? That's Liège, yeah. The bad side is this side. So therefore I'm going to stop this one when it gets closer. I'm not going to keep it there for a very long time, but for a little bit of time, and just pull, because it's going to let this one clear up a little bit better, which is kind of important. And I do actually have a little bit the same problem here, to be honest. So let's bring that one over. This one can't be because the signal is there, but I can bring this side. Not that it was very important, but still, now I can release this one because it has waited for a while, so it starts to back up afterward. So it's important to get them moving. And it's still really slow here now. They are moving, which is the important stuff. And over here, no issues, I think, right? No. Dijon is not great, but it is moving. And I think we are getting trains out of the way quicker than they are filling up, even though the effect is very slow. And this one isn't great because it's just in an uphill situations. It causes things to get a little bit delayed there, but yeah. So let's see. So let's see where it ends, the queue now. So it used to be over here. It's still here. As you can see, it has even grown. And this is a little bit of an issue because this one can't get out. So I'm going to stop this one for now. So this one can get first out because that's at least going to clear the line in the other direction, which is important as well, because otherwise we'll start quickly to get exactly the same problem on the other side and the wrong train left, of course. So that means this one can get in and that one get out of the way. This one I assume is going here as well, which is really bad when you get 3 of those in a row, but it's just going to take forever to get rid of them. Now we can release this one, and the queue is now all the way. Look at this. Yeah, whatever. It is moving, so let's hope it continues to do so. And yeah, sorry. Here we go. Still the same issue. Charleroi, Sudan, Luxembourg is still the point where the issues start, so I'm going again to block here a little bit, which is probably not great, but whatever. Just to get 2 extras out, especially because this one was going just straight through, which is really good. Let's release this one now, so we don't block this one too far back. So we still have the issue here. This one is really slow, because everything has to stop at this signal really to get in. And now this one has to stop there, and it's fully loaded, so it's a little bit slow to start up again. So we have finance thing, so let's save this one for now. And I'll add it on the Sunday episode, I guess. So let's see where we are. So we have issues in the other direction as well, because there are so many trains going through here. But let's see if it starts helping. And this one was of course allowed through, because we don't have anything waiting here, so it's better to have a little bit waiting here, so they can take the room when there is room. But and the same with this one. Well, no, it doesn't matter actually, because otherwise it will be stuck on something else. So let's see. I thought we had one. There it is. So let this one wait a little bit. Come on. There we go. And now I can stop it by the signal even. So let's hope that one of these is going the other way. That had been very useful now. This one did. Great. I wonder if this one is going there as well. I don't think he is. So we have two, we have one more coming there. Okay. Good, so let this one go through and then let them go. Great. Let's see how the queue is looking. It's starting to look better here. Not great, but better. This one is moving nicely now, but here it's still just absolute stop. Oh yeah, we had the queue up to Brussels before, so we have at least cleared that up, which wasn't great. It had been more important to clear this long one up, but yeah, that's the game mechanics. So this piece is now moving much better. Q is still really bad though, and we still have a complete grind lock here in both directions as usual, meaning this one will have to wait. We are still blocked far down here, so let's hope that we are soon going to see some effect of this. The problem is we have now cleared this line that also had a long queue, instead of clearing the one with the big problems on. This one will probably, if it's not going this way, it will probably release in that direction very soon. So let's see. Still can't get this one out. Something came out here, I think. Of course. And this one got the chance to go first, of course. Let's see if we this time can get something moving then. We have a lot of livestock here. Probably, oh, the plant fibers are going by truck, of course. So let's see. Now we could finally get this one out. And we have 3 of these in a row that we need to clear out before anything else can get in. So the question is if I should actually extend this one like that. The problem with doing this is that I'm just causing so much backlog everywhere that we are about to go totally stop somewhere. So I've done that, and let's put this one on so they can use 2 of these. It should help. Okay, so let this one go. We now have room in this direction. That's great. Oh no, this one is also going in here, of course. But we can at least get stuff moving in that direction, so that's a start. So these should now start moving, I hope. Because the dangerous stuff is when you stop something for a long time, when you have so many trains, is that the backlog will then be so bad so it's going to really affect something else somewhere else and causing even more backlog. So you need to be a little bit careful with it. Anyway, so I've added this one and that was good. I think it gives it a little bit more flexibility, even though it mainly just causes backlogs anyway. Anyway, so that was this episode. The next one will come on Thursday, and we'll just continue exactly from here. So until then, let's pause the game, have fun, and see you soon. Thank you so much for watching.